What if I told you the Dutch murdered an African king, cut off his head, put it in a jar, and kept it in Europe for over 170 years? His name was Badu Bonsu II, king of the Ahanta people in modern-day Ghana. How many times have you heard it? Africa was poor and backward. Europe brought Christianity, schools, and civilization. Africans were demonic, barbaric, and uncivilized. People like Frank Zanu push this narrative hard. They want you to believe our ancestors were waiting in darkness for white saviors. They keep telling Africans that Europe was so magnanimous with Africans that they had to leave their comforts in Europe and travel down to primitive Africa to colonize or to civilize us. And many Africans regurgitate this narrative proudly as if colonialism was charity. But let me tell you a story many Africans have never heard. A true story, not African mythology, but documented history. The story of Nana Badu Bonsu II, the fearless Ahanta of the Ahanta people in the Gold Coast that is now known as Ghana, modern-day Ghana. You see, this is not just history. This is the depravity and savagery behind the mask of benevolence. So pay rapt attention. You see, you don't need to invent demons when the archives are already full of monsters in uniforms. In the 1830s, the Dutch had been exploiting our coast for centuries through their forts and unequal treaties. This was part of the broader European scramble for control of trade routes, gold, and influence in West Africa during the era of slave trade's decline and shifting colonial exploitation. The Dutch wanted total control of the Gold Coast. But Nana Badu Bonsu II was no puppet. He was a visionary warrior king who saw through their schemes. So when the Dutch pushed too far, interfering in Ahanta local affairs, undermining our sovereignty, he rose up in righteous rebellion in 1837. This was not random violence. This was a sovereign African king defending his land, his people, and his ancestors' legacy against foreign invaders. So during confrontations, including a meeting at Putre, where the Dutch tried to